my truck again. Still trying to get the Space Monkey home. Ran into a whole lot of problems over winter and through spring. Each attempt or day we scheduled to go up there, we had horrific weather out of nowhere. I went up there during a real bad dust storm. 60-mile-an-hour winds and blowing dirt. Worked on it. Next two times we tried, they had freak ice storms, and they had trucks literally blowing off the road. So they had I-40 shut down a few times, so that screwed us up. And then Joe Martinez, head of county land use there, forgiving guy. I mean, he's made it like 5 months. Called me and said they're gonna have to have that thing towed out of there if I don't hurry up. So I can only do so much alone. So I'm going up there to get fuel in it, try to hook up the new airlines, power to the truck, see what all it's gonna take, and then I'm gonna go back up tomorrow. And now I'd love to be able to drive the truck back. Today's Saturday. I don't know what day you'll see this. But anyway, so we're tearing it up into Eagle. This is the first road trip it's made. Doing real good right now. We're cruising 75 and 80, so it's not too bad. Yeah, actually, Eagle's doing real good. I took a Cadillac, beat shop. But yeah, so we're going to be hauling ass up there and getting some of that done. And hopefully, a wing and a prayer, I've been praying that I'm able to figure out a way to get it out of there in the next few days. Get that thing back home finally. It's just about ready. We just have to toss on one more tire, get a hold of the hauler again, get him lined up. He's already been paid, so see when he can hit the trailer. Maybe we'll just go ahead and drive the tractor home. I don't know how it's going to work out. But yeah, I'm going to go try to put some diesel in it. So there's enough diesel to get it to a station. We'll see what happens from there. Cool. Welcome to the adventure. Here we go again. So I can't show you the Mesa, but just thought I'd mention that right now I'm driving by the Mesa that holds the location we call Cave of the Golden Frog. It's an Aztec storehouse, Aztec treasure house of gems and gold that I guess the Jesuit priests got into, added royal armor, kegs of gold bars, and a lot of other stuff in there. Anyway, we're cruising by it, just thought I'd mention that. Also, I want to give a shout out to Tara, my love. You know, she's doing her graduate studies right now, already got her master's, working on her PhD, archaeology, zoo archaeology, anthropology. And today's going to be, she'll be doing a public speaking deal, which was probably her worst fear in the world. And she's done a couple presentations, but this is like special invite, kind of a conference type situation where she's invited to present her study and her data, which is around mammoth kills, and doing some real high-end testing on bone remains and things, and she's you know, showing cut marks versus chew marks to show animal processing of the mammoth by the Clovis people, and perhaps earlier. So they're doing molecular tests and things like that on it to determine exactly where everything came from, what it was eating, what the habitat was like, and everything else. Probably even tell stress levels of the animal. But yeah, so that'll be cool. I'm going to try to catch that this evening, get a chance to see her speak. I've never had to see her speak. She's usually too nervous to do it in front of me, so that's next on the horizon. Cave of the Golden Frog. How cool. man. Running like a Cadillac. Somewhere between a Camaro and a Cadillac. So, yeah, it's doing real good. A lot of fuel, though. It's eating a lot of fuel. Speaking of that, I want to say thank you to my patrons that have stuck with me. I know a couple people have dropped off. Got a couple addition every once in a while. I just want to say special thanks to you guys. Every one of you sure take the heat off. You're covering the internet. And if it wasn't for you guys right now, we'd be able to cover the internet. So I appreciate that. And it sure takes the edge off trying to get anything done. And for all you guys that would like to help out one way or another, got a bunch of options there. I think you can do a gift in the comments, or you can super chat, or you can go to the description down there, and there's a tab to donate. Streamlabs, you can donate at PayPal. We even do Venmo and all that, and get a hold of me. But we really could use the assistance right now, for sure. We've got tons of stuff sitting on the plate to do, and just coming out of wintertime, which is real rough where we're at. You know, we're in the most repressed economic zone in the U.S. We're the poorest state and second poorest area in that state. So as far as work opportunities are real slim. You got to be very creative to cover the bills. So anyway, there's a bunch of stuff sitting on the table, man. It's just all about resources to get daily life's needs carried, and then I can go out and do them. So I want to say thank you to everybody who's contributed so far and continues to do so. I don't say it a lot, but my appreciation goes out. Trust me, you're making the difference. And then the need goes out to everybody. It's like what I'm doing right now, trying to get the truck. This is every last dime in fuel and all that. I've got to come back up here in the next few days. So it's kind of a day-to-day prayer thing. Working my tail off. Trying to get all these things going with the new Horizon, the GeoPro 3D and all that. Got Bigfoot research lined up. Of course, that takes money to do expeditions. Then I'll be speaking in Tallahassee, Oklahoma, real quick at the Oklahoma Bigfoot Conference held by the Bigfoot Museum of Oklahoma. You can search that and look that up. And then we'll also be hitting Utah, Altamont, Utah, up there, around there for the Moon Lake Gathering, 25th annual or 46th, I'm not sure now. And we'll be up there speaking or presenting and doing some work up there, showing the new technology and whatnot, talking about Bigfoot, treasure, and all that. And that'll be August, I think it's 14th, 15th. So guys, stay tuned for this stuff. There's so much sitting on the table waiting for me right now, and that's why I'm taking time in between trying to post. It's just I gotta work and get shit together and enough to get extra to be able to go do anything between time and the resources to go do it. Both things equate to be the same, you know. I've got, if I take the time off and stop doing what I do to make money, this other stuff, then naturally I don't have money to go do this stuff. So it's kind of a catch-22. But I really appreciate all the assistance, and we sure could use more all the time. There's merch. We've got products for sale. You can actually look up KRYDER Exploration on eBay. We've got products for sale there. Make sure you check our website, because we sell them cheaper on the website. Because I don't have to pay us. Pay eBay a lot to sell our stuff. So, but you also have a store there in the description that'll take you to the merch, to Streamlabs. Yeah, we've got a product store there with images, shirts, and stuff. So if you see anything you'd like there, and we've got a bunch of designs that haven't hit. If you see any of our work and think of anything you'd like, you know, give me a holler and I'll put it together and we'll get it on there. In spite of that, though, here's a beautiful valley approaching Santa Fe, New Mexico. Gorgeous country. Those are the Santa de Cristo Mountains in the distance, and then off to my left over here we've got the top of the Ortiz Mountains sitting up. That's where we'll be here in a minute. It's right at the base of those. And then south of that you can't see is covered up. Those are where the Sandias, the lodge area is. And people are curious where the GLSC family unit, Bigfoot family unit reside. It's basically in these valleys right here, there's a river system that goes through these, and it's a riparian zone, so it's all full of cottonwoods and heavy brush. There's 285 species live in that riparian zone, so vertebrate species, not including insects. So, but anyway, cool. So this is a look over the river system where they're at, and it's just coming into leaves now, so everything was defoliated for winter. Kind of get a shot down there where they are, and we're looking upstream, and the primary location is actually 4 or 5 miles downstream. But you can kind of see there, get an idea of kind of what they're in, that riparian zone. So this little mountain community we're coming into now is called, or will be coming into, is called Madrid. You guys heard me mention it a few times, but I haven't actually really brought it up on camera. Right outside this community is where we had the biggest treasure dig I've done yet, where we did a 90-foot dig with 1,000-foot entry ramp and pulled the world's largest collection of Spanish colonial mining tools, plus a lot of stuff that was like Area 51 of the 1600s. The Jesuits were doing crazy stuff at this site. Real wild metal alloys, a lot of first-time tools, first-time iron rigging and things, leaving nuts and bolts and things before they're commonly known. Really amazing ironworks that came out of this place, along with smelted gold a little bit, and we found a lot of gold in the excavation itself, which was in humate shale, and it was only the second time in history that gold's ever been found in humates before. So the only other place is a Welsh mine. So there's the only one in the U.S. where coals and humate, ended up resulting in deposits of gold. So pretty amazing. But this dig was valued at the time. Gold was worth almost as much as it is now, and it was valued between 20 and 40 billion dollars. And that was done with every known form of geo-sensing and ground-proofing we could accomplish. Atomic harmonic resonance device developed by Bob Fitzgerald. We measured 150 tons or in excess. That's as high as a field as that machine would generate. And it's you can't even be within a couple of 100 feet of the unit. Its broadcast field's 50 miles in diameter, and it basically creates a phase lock loop with the same frequency as gold, and ramps it up until it won't get any bigger, and then you know what you've got. But so it's a pretty amazing stash. So this is going to be the community of Madrid right here, and this was all just a mining town. It wasn't even a town, it was a mining company that had this, and the road went through it, and then it slowly evolved into a town. Although it's not incorporated, it's actually just a wide spot in the highway, and it's been taken over by very modern-minded folks when the movie Wild Hogs was filmed here, and it's never really been the same. It used to be world-renowned, and any given day of the week there'd be 500 people on this road every day, and on the weekends 1,500 to 2,000 people from all over the world. And it used to just be all basically hippies on the side of the highway selling whatever they could make out of all the junk they found here. And it's evolved now into a high-end art community. Properties that wouldn't have sold for $2,000 now are worth $200,000. So it's pretty crazy, but it is what it is. And there's a few of the old school left, and I'm considered an old school by the old school, so I've been coming over here since early 2000. Or I lived here. I had a place here twice, and then lived here for several years the last time. But this is where that's why the Space Monkey's here, because it was left here after a big project, and then I got burned for like, I don't know, 750 grand on that project. So I was never able to was never able to recomp enough to come get the truck and do a bunch of other stuff. So yeah, these are all my buddy's places now. My buddy owns this restaurant here to the right. This is the infamous Mineshaft Tavern. It's actually the oldest tavern in the U.S. It was opened in like 1715. So I'm not sure it's a tavern, but that's when this building was first brought into existence. So tourists stop, locals don't. Not anymore. Yeah, so that was the town of Madrid. As soon as we get over here to the truck, I'll fire it back up and see what we're doing. Okay, we made it over here to the truck, and Taylor's here. That's who I'm co-developing the GeoPro 3D software with, longtime KX crew member, our little Tesla prodigy. Let's see, once I get back in here, then I'm gonna go ahead now and get batteries stuck in this truck. We got the good old Eagle. Yeah, baby. And we got the old Trucka, the Space Monkey. Still sitting here after having the door ripped off and the hinges broke. Yeah, it's been tagged, but nobody really messed with it other than that, doesn't look like. I have to get all these tires hauled off. Those tires were all here when it got here. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's been messed with, I hope not. So this door looks like it's on, but I have it tied on with ropes. Like, as you can see, all three of these hinges are snapped. With no trauma to the door. 4 of those hinges are snapped, but no trauma at all to the door. So how that happened, I don't know. Looks like it broke out from the inside out. So. And this is our issue. We just have one tire still, no air. This is a new one, got air. This is a new one that needs to be swapped with one of these because one of these is still weather cracked. Has to be pulled off, put back on. This is what I'm at right now. You can see all the tires it's been a tire fiasco. So I think that's the one. I think the rest of these are still holding air. No, we got no air. Yeah, we haven't even aired these up yet. You can see because we didn't have airline for the truck. But now, went ahead and got new airlines for the glad handles, and then an airline kit to hook the air off the truck. It'll go actually right off the glad handle. And then I can feed air back here, and I can air tires or do any of the work I need to do off the truck. The only thing is the truck still has an actual airline on it that is chewed or broken, and we just have it pinched off, and it's half the air system. So I got to get that fixed. I'm not even sure what it is or how to do it. So I had another guy working with me, but he hasn't been AWOL for a while, so gonna have to figure it out one way or another. So, cool. All right, first thing is toss batteries in it. Get those in there and make it happen. So the truck fired up without having to jump it or anything. Just toss the batteries in it. It fired right up. Cheap ass Duralast batteries. Brand new. We put a bolt on them, and when we went to take it off, broke the damn stud removing it. It's not even cross-threaded. Talk about crap. Wouldn't talk shit, but whatever. Duralast Marine. There's no bueno. But truck fired up. That's great. Good news. Everything looks good. Built air fast. It's still have that airline blocked off, but it's got brakes. So now, yeah, I'm gonna take these airlines off right here and put the new airlines on it. And then we can air up the trailer and new gaskets. And then we can air up the trailer and see what happens. I've got to try to get, these are actually up a little bit. I've got to get these outriggers up. They're all hydraulic, front and back. And these both are off the ground a little. Well, that's because the truck just came up. So, yeah, anyway, I've got to try to get these to raise. And this old system doesn't like to work. And then I've still got to figure out a way to get them up enough or get them set to where another truck can get underneath this. And you can see both the back ones are down. So that's not really a good thing. Right now we get the air set up and try to get air on these tires. See if we can get them to take air and air up for us. Another day. I don't want to lose this thing. So with them threatening to call the sheriff and have it towed now. Da-da-da. Gotta love it. Okay, hopefully it's recording now. So I did everything I could possibly hope to try to do today. We had a lot of failures as usual and things that will have to get done again to make this work. Mainly, I mean, we did get air into one of the tires. That's a great thing. We still got 3 of them that wouldn't take air without a lot of additional pressure, or using starter fluid and going boom, which is probably what I'll end up having to do. And but everything else went over the lights on everything. They all work. Aired up what I could. Now, we couldn't get the airlines all the way on it because there's no glad handles here. And I have glad handles that are here, but they're fused up. And so I'll have to take them back and break them loose and then get new silicone rubbers for those. And didn't know those were in bad a shape as they are. So the more you take apart, the more you take a look at. Sometimes the the more you're going to find. So unforeseen circumstances. So we're all packed up. We've got everything back here now. At least truck's got a little more diesel in it, and did make some pretty good headway on what we did do. So it's more ready than ever. Anyway, and now it's time to make another trip. The only thing is, I mean, it's like $100 a trip. So that's ridiculous. We're pretty limited. So, but anyway, cool. Thanks for coming along. I may hit you up if anything comes up next. And if not, thank you everybody. Thanks to my patrons. Thanks for everyone just showing up. Just to check out this little run. Kind of a short vid. But it is what it is. Just showing you what I'm doing every day. They say that people like that, so, and might as well show you guys, at least part of it anyway. Now I got to go back and chop up some chicken for a cat. So I've been doing that for like 6 months now while we heal this kitty. Twice a day, cook chicken, chop it up, whatever. But she's finally come along where I think that's going to be finally over. So that'll be a good thing. Anyway, so cool. Thanks for joining me. And the adventure now starts, get this thing all the way back home. Cool. Peace.